Okay, we're back. We're in the process of doing this head, and I'm just trying to get it so it's I haven't decided if I'm going to put glass eyes in yet or not. I was trying to do something on an extra piece of wood that we don't always have to buy the eyes, for those of you that don't have access to a place that sells the eyes. I know you can always get it mailed to you, but sometimes doing the whole carving without anything added to it is kind of nice. And that everything's out of wood. Okay, what we're going to do here, okay, we have this pretty well situated. I'm just going to trim a little bit more off the top here. Okay, and what we're going to do here is I'm going to be very careful. You have to be careful with the bill because the grain is running this way, okay, up and down. So we're going to take it I'm going to spray it, and I'll tell you why, because it cuts a little bit nicer if I have it a little bit wet. So I'm going to let that soak in for a second here, and I don't have to put as much pressure on that if it's wet. Alright, and we're going to go this way. We're just going to take our time. Okay? Alright, now I'm just going to scoop this out a little further. Now, what I'm going to do here is, see how this goes inward over here? Okay, let's bring this up a little closer. This goes inward, alright? And this, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to just chop down and across, just like so. Alright? I'll be very careful. I'm just trimming that off. Same thing over here. I'm just going to take that little corner out. It's a little tougher than I thought. See how that's going around there? Okay. Now I'm not happy with this, so I'll go back and just chop a little bit off. Okay, see how the bill is starting to go back because of that little corner I just chopped out. Now down here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to chop a little bit out here. Just okay. I'm going to chop a little bit in this corner, just a little bit. See how that's sticking out? Okay, and we're just going to clean it up underneath here a little bit. Alright. Now I'm going to take this down and around. See, I'm going to have this meet right there. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing, but it's way too wide. I understand that. But we're just going to go back here and we're just going to try to make this thing meet. We're going to actually dig it out. I'm going to just trim a little more off of here before I do this. I'm just going to trim a little more off, completely off of this from the side here. Okay? Same thing over here. Just a little bit more. Alright. I'm going to spray it. Oh, after I put... You have to be careful. If you spray this stuff, folks, you won't be able to get your lines on really well. But, in fact, I'm going to round that bill off just a tad. Alright, I'm just going to round that off. In fact, I'm going to try to get it down to that line that I drew before. Okay. Same thing over here. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to dig a little more of this out. We're going to kind of blend things in a little bit. Alright. Alright, just like that. I know I keep going from side to side, but you have to, folks, to make things match up. So don't let that throw you that I go from side to side. It's fine. You know, it's just a way to measure things up and to, you know, to see what you're doing and see where you have to trim a little bit more off here and there. I like him to be fluffy, so I don't want him, I don't want a skinny little chickadee, or not chickadee, chick. Okay? just like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is from here we're going to trim that off just a tad more. I'm not happy with that. And we're going to take that little corner off right there that we created. Alright. They're really a cute little bird. I can't remember why we had so many at the farm at one time. That's one thing we didn't do, was raise birds, but I must have gotten into a nest somewhere where there were wild little birds. Boy, these little chicks were cute. They really were. Okay, now I'm going to try to match that up. Alright. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dig it out and then I'll match everything. So from here over, you're just going to put a stop cut. Okay? From here over, you're going to put a stop cut. And you're going to dig it inward. Dig it this way. You want to be careful you don't snap that off. And folks, if you do, there is always crazy glue that will put it back one for you. Alright, so don't get upset if you happen to snap it off. You can always fix it somehow. Okay, so I see I have my little, I'm going to do this side and then you can do the other side offline. So we're getting close to the end of my time here. But what I want to do is I want to round this off at the bottom a little bit. Just like so. And I'll use the wood burner to do that final line across. Okay. I'm just going back and forth here. It's a little hard for me to see from where I'm at right here, but so what you want to do is chop this out. Just round that up. See how we're blending everything in? When we take a little piece out, we blend that head in a little bit. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to round off this head a little bit. It can't be that square, so we're just going to take this and we're going to round this off just a little bit. Okay, just like so. See how we have it? Okay? So let me get back to you in a couple minutes here and we'll continue.